What is up, guys? The Mill's back with a brand new video, and we're back on some more Call of Duty World War II. Oh boy, I want to talk to you guys about a few things in today's video, because Call of Duty Black Ops 4 was revealed 2 days ago from when I'm recording this video, and I have a couple things I want to talk about. Basically, I want to give you guys my thoughts on what I have seen so far, my initial first impressions of the game, what I like, and what I really don't like. Because I don't let the honeymoon phase get to me. I will critique this game. There are things that I did not like that I saw, but oh fucking boy, it looks really good. Overall, the things that I'm going to critique, the things that I'm going to be talking about in a negative way, they're not necessarily things that are going to kill the game. Not even close, but let's get into it. I'm obviously not going to go over absolutely everything that we saw, because we actually managed to get a lot of information from this event. I don't think we have ever seen multiplayer be revealed this much as we did this year. But anyway, first thing I want to get out of the way, which you guys already know I am so happy about: boots on the ground. 100% boots on the ground, baby. There are no jetpacks or anything. It is just 100% on the ground combat, and that is fucking fantastic. I am so happy that they made the decision to not go back to the Black Ops 3 movement system, because the Black Ops 3 movement system, while it wasn't necessarily bad, boots on the ground combat is always going to prevail. It's always going to be better. It's just what people enjoy more. So that's obviously the first thing that I am so happy about. That is incredible. Thank you, Erik, for making that amazing decision. I did actually believe at one point that they were going to go back to the Black Ops 3 movement system, but luckily they didn't. Even though Black Ops 3 was successful with movement system, they still knew that the traditional movement system is way better. So this to me pretty much confirms that we are done with futuristic movement, at least for the next few games. But anyway, the second thing that I noticed, and probably my favorite thing alongside boots on the ground, are the colors. I cannot express to you guys how beautiful the colors are on that game. Thank you, Treyarch, for not making this game look boring as fuck like Call of Duty World War II currently does. Call of Duty World War II, look at it. It's really dark, and blacks and grays and browns and dark reds. It's just not really appealing to look at on YouTube, or even just to play. I tolerate this game, I really enjoy it, but when it comes to the colors, it doesn't even compare to any of the other Call of Duty games. I would actually say that Call of Duty World War II has probably one of the worst colors out of any Call of Duty, period. I would go as far as to say that the only other game that has worse colors than this game is probably Call of Duty Ghosts. But regardless, we don't have to worry about Call of Duty Black Ops 4 being dull, because the game is popping. The colors are so fucking gorgeous. There's so many oranges and blues and greens and yellows and reds. It's so visually appealing. I was watching the trailer, I was watching the gameplay, and that's most likely without color correction, or maybe there is color correction. I'm not exactly sure how they make the trailers, how they make the reveals, but either way, it looks very fucking beautiful. So the fact that the colors are really nice pretty much confirms that this game is going to do well on YouTube, which is awesome. And another reason why I think this game is going to do very well on YouTube leads into my third thing that I noticed, and we all saw this coming, but the new Battle Royale mode. I am very excited for this. I think it's going to be great, because they do have their own little spin on it. It's not the same as other Battle Royale modes. It is made for Call of Duty, which is awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it can be absolutely incredible, and I can't wait to play this fucking game mode, dude. I am so excited. But anyway, those are 3 good things that I noticed about the game. But let's get into some of the bad things that I noticed that I'm really not a fan of. And there aren't actually that many. The first thing that I noticed, and a lot of people stand with me when I say this, it's the fact that healing is not automatic anymore. You have to actually manually click a button on your controller. I think it's L1. You have to manually click that button onto your controller, and you have to inject something into your arm, and that starts the healing process. It is an instant heal, but why did they decide to make this change? I really don't see this as a benefit to Call of Duty. If anything, just make health regeneration a little bit faster. The fact that we have to manually start our healing process now, they say that it makes the game more tactical. I don't truly believe that, because Call of Duty as a whole isn't a very tactical game. You can't compare Call of Duty to something like CSGO or Rainbow Six Siege or even Fortnite. Fortnite is more tactical than Call of Duty is, and that's still a casual game. You can't try and make Call of Duty a tactical game, because no matter what you do, at the end of the day, you're appealing to a completely different community. People are still going to be running around like chickens with their heads cut off, regardless of how tactical you try to make the game. And trying to move the game towards towards a more tactical feel won't really do Call of Duty a justice. Call of Duty Ghosts tried to go for the more tactical side with the leaning and stuff like that and with the slide, but that didn't help the game whatsoever. If anything, it made the game a little bit more slow. And with the fact that people have to manually heal themselves up now is not a good thing. People are going to be playing a lot slower, knowing that they can't rush around, and while yes, you can heal and shoot your gun at the same time, it's just another layer of resistance towards the rushing type of playstyle that a lot of people come to know and love with Call of Duty. Overall, the whole health healing thing is completely whack. I fucking hate it. I hope it doesn't make its way into the full game, but if it does make its way into the full game, I hope they get rid of it quickly. I hope they release some sort of patch to get rid of it. I hope that people actually retaliate against this, show a good bit of backlash towards Treyarch, and hopefully they can change something, because this is not a good feature at all. I don't like it whatsoever. I'm not gonna let the fact that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is such an amazing game that I can't wait to play it, I'm not gonna let that actually blind me from the fact that there are bad features to this game that need to be addressed. Treyarch, if you somehow manage to come across this video, don't do this. Don't make the healing manual. It just slows down the game. It makes people play much slower because they're scared to rush around. If you want the game to be fun, you have to have it chaotic. That's why Ground War is so successful in Call of Duty World War II, because it makes this game much more chaotic. It makes it more fast-paced. Don't try and steer Call of Duty into the tactical direction. It just won't work. This game is not a tactical game. Stop trying to force it on us. The second thing that I noticed, and it's a little bit of a small thing, I don't know how badly this is going to affect the gameplay. Probably not that much, but I still sort of noticed it, and I still sort of got a bad idea and a bad impression when I first noticed it, and that is the grappling hook. I don't know how well the grappling hook is going to work in multiplayer. I feel like it makes the gameplay a little bit too futuristic. And while yes, this game is set in the future, I don't feel like the grappling hook is a good addition to multiplayer. I feel like it gives too much verticality into a boots on the ground Call of Duty. The grappling hook was a fun feature that made its way into Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and we all know Advanced Warfare was probably the most hectic futuristic movement out of any Call of Duty by far. If I had the choice between the grappling hook being in the game or not, I would probably choose to just leave it out. I think it's a little bit unnecessary, but then again, I could be completely wrong. It could be fun, it could be enjoyable, I don't know. We just have to wait until the game comes out. But that's pretty much all the negative things I have to talk about when it comes to Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Now I want to touch on something else really quickly. I'm not much of a zombies YouTuber anymore. I remember back in the day, I used to upload zombie gameplays and such. I stopped doing that ever since I moved my channel into different directions and such, but zombies looks really good this year. I actually might start going back to zombies. I might actually upload gameplays on zombies and stuff like that, like high round gameplays and such, kind of like the Syndicate Project used to do back in the day. Because as much as I'm not a zombies YouTuber, zombies is actually getting me very excited for Call of Duty Black Ops 4, because there is finally a sequel to Mamba The Dead. That is one of the greatest zombies maps in Call of Duty history. It was released back on Black Ops 2, and we never really heard much of the storyline when it comes to Mamba The Dead. And Mamba The Dead was such a well-crafted map. It didn't have the original 4 characters, but it still was somehow successful because it was just so eerie. It was a very interesting story that came with Mamba The Dead. And now they're finally releasing a zombies map that has to do with the Mamba The Dead storyline, which I am extremely excited for. Black Ops 3 didn't really captivate me with the story. I used to be really big into the zombie story and such, but Black Ops 3 kind of ruined that on me. But now Black Ops 4 I feel like is going to bring that back, because the Mamba The Dead storyline is finally being continued after all this time, and I was completely speechless when I saw that part of the reveal. That was just jaw-dropping. Holy fuck. I wasn't expecting that. But overall, those are all my thoughts about Call of Duty Black Ops 4. The other thing that I wanted to mention really quickly is the fact that there is no campaign, but I don't necessarily see this as a good or a bad thing, which is why I didn't include it on my list. There are a lot of good things that can come with not having a campaign, and a lot of bad things. Some of which that I can name are that they can actually spend a little bit more time on zombies and multiplayer, which is the main attraction that comes with Call of Duty. But a bad thing about not having a campaign is that it just doesn't seem right. I feel like the campaign was always an extra added piece of content to Call of Duty. I personally enjoy a lot of Call of Duty campaigns, and not having a campaign in the Call of Duty game, it just seems a little bit off, but it isn't necessarily a good or a bad thing, as I said, which is why I kept it off my list. But yeah, that's most of what I have to say about Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Overall, I'm excited. I think this is going to be an incredible Call of Duty. I feel like we're definitely going to be playing this game for years to come, or at least until Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is announced in 2019. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to talk about in this video. I'm gonna end it off here. here. So yeah guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, smack the like button. If you want to stay up to date with my content, make sure you subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.